Noah, you are on lunch break now, right? Well, I just wanted to let you know that I've told both my parents and your parents about how I'm pregnant now.
You did say that you'd be talking with them about it soon, right?
That's right, so I've gone ahead and done just that. I was a little nervous at first, but I had to make sure to say it now or else it would never happen.
So, how was it? How did everyone react?
Everybody's really excited to see the baby, especially your parents. Both your mom and your dad were jumping with joy when I started telling them about it. They were screaming that they'd finally have a grandchild at the top of their lungs.
I suppose so. They never really told you about it, but for a long time now, those two really wanted to have a grandchild.
Well, I can see that now.
I'm their only child after all, so it was up to me and only me to grant them a grandchild. I think those two have been praying for this day for years now, and those prayers were finally answered today.
I see. Well, I'm so happy to see that they're both that happy. They started to talk with me about how they need to get working on buying clothes and such for our baby now.
I think it's a little bit early for them to be doing that, right? We still have months to go before the baby is born, so they need to settle down a little.
They're just that excited about the baby. My parents are about the same as yours right now as well. They want to give us all sorts of presents for our baby. Both our parents are just too happy to calm down now.
Are they going to be giving you money?
I'm not sure about that, but probably money.
If it's going to be money that they give you, I wonder how much.
I have no clue about that either. Maybe $1,000 or $2? When my cousin became pregnant, that's how much money they gave to her as a gift. So it'll be about that amount this time as well if they decide to give me money.
They're giving us that much? I guess I should have expected that from your family. Your family has always had a bit more money than most other families here.
I'm not so sure about that, Noah. They just happen to want to celebrate this moment because it's special to them, so they'll give a little bit more money for it. And that's if they decide to give money this time.
Well, then the both of your parents must be really excited for us then.
I think so. If they do end up giving us that much for the baby, I'll be really happy. I'll just have to make sure to give birth to a happy and healthy baby in return for the presents.
By the way, Kat, what are you going to do about work? I don't think you'll be able to work all the time if you have a baby. So you're going to have to make a choice here soon so that you can let your boss know.
That's a good point. What should I do? Really, I don't want to have to quit my job or anything like that. I happen to love having a job to go to, and the job I'm working now is great. I love it.
But whether you like it or not, after giving birth, you're not going to be able to work, right?
Well, that's true.
And what about daycare? Do you plan to have the baby go to daycare or something?
I'm not sure. But right after having the baby, I'm not sure we can send them right to daycare or anything. I guess we'll just have to look into something later on.
Kids are always getting sick when they're that small. I'm sure leaving them at a daycare will be hard for them, right? They're around all these other kids that can get them sick with something.
Well, I guess. But I was thinking we'd just have to deal with something like that if our child was to get sick.
You say that, but I'm not always going to be able to leave work all the time to care for a sick child. And I can't be home from work right away, even if I can leave early. You understand that I'm still going to be busy with work then, right?
I know that. But even with work, you'll still have to be around for our kid at times, right? And that might just mean taking work off to be home with them and help out with the chores. Remember that when it comes to things like doing the chores and caring for the kid, we have to split the workload.
No, I think that might be too difficult for me. To be honest, even now I don't have a lot of time to be helping out. I think you should just give up on that job entirely and focus on being a housewife for the rest of your life. Then you could focus on our kid and take care of the house full time.
So you really think it's a good idea for me to be home all the time?
I have no reason to be taking time off my job or quitting, right? You're already going to be taking time off of work to have the baby, right? So why not just quit your job there? You were far better than me at doing chores and cooking. So it's better that you manage them full time as opposed to me trying to help out.
It's not as easy as you think. The job I'm at right now happens to be something I really enjoy doing.
But your child is going to be a lot more important than work, right? If you keep working, you won't be able to put enough effort into the house and kid.
I know that.
I think it's a better option having you at the house all day to raise the kid and do chores, instead of us both working. Becoming a housewife would also make me a whole lot more comfortable as well.
I suppose it would be best if I just quit my job entirely.
And maybe in a few years after being around the kid and caring for the house, you can look for a new job or something. So for the time being, just leave your job and put your family first. I'd feel real bad for our kid if you care more about your work than the child himself.
I'd feel bad as well. Alright, I'll quit my job. Someone has to be home to do a lot of the chores, I guess. Having a child will only make the chores list grow, so I think it'd be good to be home full-time.
That's right. And after a while, our kid will grow up and be able to help you out as well. You just have to be around them at home all the time for a few years. This would be the time when our child is the most cute, so be home for them, alright?
Good point. Well, I guess I'll leave my job soon then and head back to my parents' house to have the baby.
Oh, that's a great idea. I feel a lot more comfortable with you doing that. And then you'll have your mom around to care for you. I'm sure she'll even be able to help you with having the baby and caring for it right after.
But is that really okay? Me leaving the house for a while?
I'll be totally fine here. If anything, having you at your parents' house will help me a ton. I'll probably be very busy come the time the baby's due, so it's better you have your parents around you for that time as well. I'll go ask them to be your support for a while.
I guess this is my first time having a baby, and it would be so nice to have my mom's support. Then I guess I will go ahead and ask them if it's all right for me to come home. And I'll start talking with my work about quitting. I just got back to the house from my mom and dad's. It feels so wonderful to be back at our house again, and I can relax a bit now.
Welcome home, Kat.
I'm actually quite surprised at how well the house is looking right now. I assumed you wouldn't have stayed on task cleaning the place all the time, and that I'd have some chores to get done here. But no, the place is spotless.
Well, I've been busy, so I've only really been in the house to sleep. I never had time to be around the house making much of a mess.
Is that right? Now that you mention it, you're still not home yet, are you?
I'm going to be late coming home tonight, so you can head to bed before me.
I see. I guess you really are busy then.
I think so. Have you been able to move all your things back into the house? I'm sure there are a lot of clothes and such, right?
My dad came along with me and helped put my things inside the house. Thank goodness for that, because a lot of these bags are heavy.
Your dad came along with you as well? Did he head back to his house now?
We don't have any air mattresses here or an extra bed, so I'm having him stay at a hotel nearby. He told me that he'll head back home tomorrow, but before that, he'll stop over here one more time. He wants to see us again before heading home.
I see. I'm going to have to head into work early tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to see him.
Really?
And tomorrow morning, I have to work on some assignments here and make up some documents. Just let your dad know I said hi, alright?
You really are busy with work. Having to go into work early again tomorrow when you're already having to stay late the night before? Take care of yourself, alright?
Actually, I'm not working right now.
What? You're not at work right now? Then what are you up to?
I'm at one of my friends' birthday party. They happen to have loads of money and this house is spectacular. Actually, I'm on the top floor of this apartment building in their penthouse.
Wait, so you're not working? I'm alright with you not being at home for work-related things, but you're just at a party?
Well, this is kind of like work to me. A lot of the people here at this party happen to work in the same company as me. So it's kind of like I'm here to make myself look better to them, to get even closer to them.
But that doesn't have to do with you getting paid, right? You knew that today the baby and I would be coming back to the house, so I really would have liked it that you were home to see us.
Don't say such BS, alright? I don't need to be home for you right now. You had your dad bring you home and help you get your things into the house, right?
I get that, but today is the first time you're able to see your baby's face in person. You had chances before to come out to my parents' house, but every time I asked, you said you were busy. So please leave that party and come home to see your baby and I.
I'm going to be seeing you both every day from now on, so quit it. I've already seen loads of pictures of you two as well, so I still know what both of you look like. You're being selfish with my time.
I'm the one being selfish? With your time? I feel like you're the only one being selfish here. Do you even care that you're a father now?
Why are you acting like this right after getting home? It's annoying.
Huh? Did you just say it's annoying?
I have a lot of stress from work, alright? So why am I not allowed to go out and spend some time with friends burning the stress off? Compared to me, you and your jobless butt have nothing to be stressed about.
I have a lot to be stressed about. Compared to what you think, raising a child is hard.
But you've been out of work for months now, right? All you have to do is play with the baby. That's it. Simple. And for the past 6 months, your parents have been doing your chores and everything. It must be so relaxing to have not been doing anything for a half a year.
It has not been relaxing. Also, do not say things like I'm jobless, all right? You were the one that said I should quit my job because I'd have a lot to focus on with the baby and this house.
I was just giving you an option. You were the one that chose to quit your job. You gave up on the career you had, right?
Excuse me? What the heck, Noah? You and I had a talk about whether or not I should quit my job, and you said it'd be better that I was a housewife, right? What you're saying now about me is completely different.
And that was just me giving you an option was all. You were the one that made the final call, and not me.
What do you mean by that? Why are you starting to talk to me like that all of a sudden? Hey, are you out messing around again? Hurry up and come home already.
I'm out drinking right now for work, so I'm not coming home yet.
You keep doing this every single day, Noah. What the hell is going on with you? You still have a small baby at home that you need to help care for.
What do you mean a small baby?
We cannot leave our baby by themselves, right? So if you're going to make me be the one in charge of them, then you come home and help do chores or something.
Why do I have to come home to do chores? That's all your job, right? Why else would you be a housewife besides to get the chores done?
Even if I'm home all day as the housewife, that doesn't mean I can do everything here on my own. Out of all my friends, you are the only husband I know that does not come home to help with the baby and doing some chores. You haven't helped me even once these past 4 months. Just be home a little bit to help me with something.
Those are all your friends' households, not ours.
What are you trying to say? Right now is the most important time for you to be a father and be here to help your wife out.
And that's just what you think, so stop trying to make me believe in whatever baseless crap you think.
This isn't just something that I think, though. Also, you should be more caring for your family than all your friends. You are not single anymore, and you have a wife and kid at home that you need to be responsible for now. You can't just keep going out when you have free time to play with your friends. I cannot believe that even now, you're going out to get drunk and aren't coming home until 2 or 3 in the morning.
Look, Kat, I'm not sure how many times I've told you now, but I'm playing around out here in order to move up in the company. So all of this fun I'm having is for work. So that means no matter what I'm doing, it's part of my job.
I know you always like to say that things are part of work as an excuse, but to me, I don't see anything about you going out to drink all the time as important for your job. Do you even remember what happened the other day? That morning 2 days ago?
2 days ago? What happened?
Of course you wouldn't remember. You came into the house early that morning all drunk. And you went up to our baby, waking them up with all the noise you were making, and they began to cry. And it took me hours to get them back to sleep.
I don't remember any of that.
That's because you were completely hammered. You're telling me drinking that much is part of your job? Don't you ever drink that much again, okay? If you keep acting like that, one day the police will come and arrest you.
Yeah, right. I was just tired at the time, so the alcohol got to me more than usual. I didn't drink that much then.
Liar. If you hadn't been drinking that much then, why did you smell like the sink at a bar?
You're really starting to drive me up the wall. You stop it with all that bickering right now. A jobless woman like you has no right talking to your husband like that.
Jobless woman? Now why would you say something like that? The only reason I'm jobless right now is because you keep saying you're too busy drinking. I mean, working.
That's right. I don't care to do the chores or care for our baby. And that's why I'm having you stay home to do all that. So you shut up and do as you're told.
So you don't give a crap about anything going on in this house? In this family?
I told you I can't be bothered with anything there. You're being a real witch right now. And by the way, that brat's crying is a total turnoff for me. So dang annoying. Shut it the hell up. That's your job as its mother.
If you'd like me to do my job as a mother, then why don't you start by doing your job as a father first? Calling your own baby a brat for crying? What the hell? If you keep acting the way you have been, you are no longer going to have the right to call yourself a father or husband. And don't you ever call me jobless again, when you're never home to do a dang thing.
Are you freaking kidding me? What do you mean I won't be calling myself a father or husband? I have been working every single day, making sure there is enough money for both you and the brat. Do you not care about me doing my part as your husband? I think you're the one talking. You shouldn't be able to call yourself my wife for not realizing that I'm the pillar of this family.
Well, if you'd like me to care about what you're doing, then become someone I'd want to care about. I am thankful that you work full-time for us, but from what I've seen out of you recently, that's all you're good at.
Who do you think you are? If you talk to me like you're better than me again, I'm going to leave you.
Divorce?
Yeah, I'm going to toss both you and the brat out of my house. Without me around, you won't be able to carry on, right? You'll be the one in huge trouble then, so shut up and do your job.
Blaming me like that after you told me to quit my job? You're a dick.
What are you doing right now? I have been trying to get a hold of you all day. Hey, answer the phone. Where the hell have you gone when you don't have a job and have all these chores to be doing? Lost cause.
Calling me a lost cause now? Well, maybe that's due to you never helping me.
Huh? How have I never been helping you? Who do you think has been the one working all the time to make money for you?
As a father, you have more responsibilities than just making money. Anybody can work a job and make some money. I think that after returning myself to work, I won't have any use for you as my husband anymore.
What did you say? Yeah, you were really trying to push it today, huh? You want to play games like that? Then it's time for a divorce. Is that what you want?
Again with that?
Do you want to be stuck on the streets with that brat in your arms? Is that the life you want? This is the one and only time I'll let you apologize to me for what you just said. I'm being serious right now, so if you don't apologize now, who knows what'll happen to you?
We're already divorced, Noah. And that's why I don't care what you have to say to me anymore. And that's why I won't need to be relying on you for anything anymore.
Huh? We're already divorced. What are you talking about now? Have you lost your mind or something?
I've already handed in all the divorce papers and everything, so you and I are completely divorced. Legally, you and I are just strangers now.
What are you going on about? When it comes to divorce papers, the both of us have to sign them together.
That's right.
And I never signed any divorce papers.
You have, though, and that's why I was able to hand them in.
Did you go and forge my signature or something?
I would never do something illegal like that. Have you forgotten what you've done again?
Huh? What have I forgotten?
You signed those divorce papers that I turned into the courthouse. You forgot about that?
I haven't forgot anything because that never even happened. You stop it with all these blatant lies right now.
Now that I think about it, during that time you were drunk off your butt again. Perhaps you were so drunk then that you once again lost all your memory of what happened? Well, I guess that's what's always been happening with you.
I was drunk. When was this?
On Thursday night, I handed you those divorce papers, right? And you told me you wanted the divorce yourself before signing them and handing them back to me.
You liar! I don't remember any of that. Stop trying to say all this crap to me like I'd actually do something like that.
I have a witness, though. Your parents.
What? My parents were there? What the heck?
At that time, I was on the phone with your mom and dad explaining to them that we were getting a divorce. I told them about how you wanted me to quit my job, and only months after that, you started to treat me horribly for not working and would make me do everything from caring for the baby to doing all the chores.
What is going on? You're telling me that my parents believed all that? What the hell is all this?
They didn't have to choose to believe me or not because it's the truth. You even told them yourself that we'd be getting a divorce, saying that you didn't need a worthless wife, an annoying brat like us, and that you wanted to put us on the street. Both myself and your parents remember that moment very clearly.
I said things like that? Are you sure?
I'm sure. That's why your mom and dad ended up agreeing with me that we needed a divorce. You don't remember a single thing from that night? Even your dad told you something. He replied saying that someone like you would never turn out to be a proper husband or father.
What?
The way he said that to you made it seem like he lost all faith in you as a man. And after he said that, the four of us agreed that it was time to get the divorce. And at the time, you grabbed the pen out of my hands and signed all the papers. So there is nothing wrong with the divorce that's taken place.
I can't believe this. No way. I don't want a divorce.
What? Weren't you always the one bringing up divorce in the first place? I was just joining you in that idea by saying that we should indeed get one. And that's why in the end I handed in those signed papers.
Stop playing around. Do you actually think you can raise a kid all by yourself? Especially when you're jobless?
All I have to do is go back to the company I was working for. I already told them that I had plans of coming back.
Why would you tell them that? You were supposed to quit that job fair and square.
When I was talking with my boss about it before leaving the company, he told me I was welcome back anytime. And, well, I plan to use a daycare most of the time now. And when I can't do that, I always have my parents around to babysit. Really, I didn't want to get my parents involved in caring for the baby, but both my mom and dad told me they wanted to help out, so I accepted their help.
Did you plan for all this to happen? You had to have. I'm starting to remember what happened that night. You kept on telling me to drink up, right?
I was the one telling you to keep drinking? I don't remember ever doing something like that.
You got me all drunk, all so that you can get me talking. That's why I was saying all those horrible things about you. And then you brought out the divorce papers knowing I'd sign them?
When you get drunk like that, you really tend to lose your rationality. But you were the one to get yourself that drunk and then agreed to getting the divorce. Right? So please stop making me responsible for your own actions.
You were the one that forced me into a state where I'd want to divorce you, right? This is not right. We shouldn't be getting a divorce. I won't let you divorce me.
It's already happened, though. We're divorced now. You were the one that signed those papers. And you were the one always suggesting divorce to me. I just happened to give you an option that night, and you chose to sign those papers and confirm that you wanted the divorce.
What a far-fetched argument that is. You realize that if you let this happen, you and that brat are going to live the rest of your lives in poverty. But I guess you've always been that stupid, so go ahead and take the road that'll end up screwing you and that brat over.
So because I have no plans of coming back to you, you're going to start talking about me and the baby like that? I am so happy that I was able to divorce a pile of crap like you. I already knew you were no good at being a husband and a father, and now I'm starting to think you're just a terrible person in general. The fact that you'd say things like that to your baby and wife is why you've been divorced. Well, I hope that since you have no plans of ever caring about a family, you live the rest of your life as a lonely jackass. The following day, Noah came to his parents' house looking for me. But luckily for myself, my dad came and picked me up. And as he tried to make a break towards my house, his dad stepped in and held him down before his mom closed the door and locked it. Then both his parents told him over and over again that he needed to be held responsible for his actions, and that me leaving him was the result of being such a failure. And they made sure it was clear to him that even though he was drunk, he agreed to and signed the divorce papers that night. Also, they made sure he knew that it was his idea in the first place to talk about getting a divorce, so he had no right to complain anymore. I was just being the kind wife I'd always been to him, and did the one thing that he kept threatening me with, so he needs to understand that well and clear. And knowing that he was never going to be able to take care of his wife and baby makes me feel even better about the divorce taking place. As of right now, I'm having my baby go to daycare while I'm going back to work at my old job. Being a single parent now is a bit tough, but it's far less stressful than having Noah as my husband. I think we can all agree on the fact that he was the cause of all my stress, and that instead of quitting my job, I should have just quit him from the beginning.